Motorcycle Adventures with Clutch. Motorized Bike Build Part 1.
Well guys, winter is here, so it's getting a little harder to get on the bike. The warm days are few and far in between, so I am going to start a project bike. And content is content, so I'll be bringing you along for the build. So, without much to do, I am going to show you my new project bike. This is the Schwinn Stingray OCC Chopper Edition. I've been wanting to do this bike for a very long time. I just needed to find a decently priced, fairly good condition bike. I found this one on the Facebook Marketplace. My 80cc motor, 2-stroke, has been ordered from eBay and actually awaits in the living room. And I don't know what I'm doing, but it'll be a fun build. Been wanting to do it since I've seen this bike come out way back in the 90s. And fun project. Cold winter, no riding. It's a way to do motorcycle stuff. Alright. So, no, I didn't do a detailed wash. Just knocked some of the mud off of it. A little bit of the grease. But, I'm going to take it apart. And as I'm putting it back together, I'm going to clean it up real nice. But to let you in on my mentality a little bit, I thought about leaving it stock. It's quite an iconic bike. Everybody's seen them. Everybody remembers them. They look like a chopper. I'm gonna make it a chopper. But looking online, it's kind of hard to go back to stock because you can't just buy a sticker kit for it, or maybe you can, but I didn't find one. So I kind of have an idea. If you knew me years back, I was working on a project, 1980 CB900, I think it was, and I was going to paint it orange. And I had all this orange paint that I never got that far on. Life happened, sold the project. But I still had the orange paint, so I'm thinking we're going orange and black with this one. And like I said, time for the breakdown. Strip it, clean it, paint it, put it back together, and then the fun starts, putting the motor onto it. So stay tuned. Here's a little something. The brake line runs through the frame of the bike. So what I'm going to do is attach this piece of twine to the brake line, so I don't have to fish it out later. I can just pull it through, hopefully, if everything goes right. And knowing my luck, it won't. But it's better to try something than try nothing. So, wish me luck. I don't know that's how it's supposed to come out, but might want to not try that. It's brittle. It broke right off. We'll clean that up later. Here we go. That didn't work at all. Pulled it right through. None of that worked. Well, that will be a headache later. We're just gonna have to figure it out when we get there. I think it goes like this, and this wire goes through there. Uh-oh. Drama. So, I didn't do a lot of filming, but y'all saw me start the breakdown of the bike. I got it tore into as many pieces as I could get it down to. And now I did a lot of the scraping of the old decals and sanding of the old, paint job, and days and days and a lot of vinegar of scrubbing rust off the bike. And I've got it to a point now, which I should have recorded more steps, but at this point we are waiting on primer to dry. So, let me turn the camera around. Oh, that's crazy. And so here's the frame, primered. I did a little sanding this morning, and I went back and hit some spots with some primer. So I'm letting on some more primer to dry. And I still got pieces I need to work on, like if you can see there, all the little black attachments for the handlebar need to be sanded and painted. And here is my bucket of parts: chain guard, forks, pedals, you name it. All still a work in progress. Like I said, I should have recorded more steps, but once I got into it and started scraping away at rust and stuff, the camera was the least of my worries. So I'll keep you updated and continue with progress. Thanks. Back out here with the project bike. I have not been able to find the color I wanted. I wanted a burnt orange metallic, kind of like the Harley Davidson Whiskey Fire. I've always loved that color, but not one you're gonna find in a spray can. So I had to improvise. Bought something off of Amazon. Didn't work out. Melted the primer right off the bike. So had to run over to the hardware store, find the closest thing I could find. And it is a antique copper. Let me turn the camera around. There we go. I went with this bare antique copper metallic because I wanted a like flake to it, kind of a shine to it. And for now, this is first coat. Way more gold than I was hoping for. But at this point, not much I can do. Can't find the color I want unless I go to a specialty store. Ain't doing that. This is supposed to be a budget project. So I went with the antique copper. I did buy a gold glitter, and I went over the top of the antique copper with it to try to give it more of a shine. It's pretty much a glitter, so it's not flat like the rest of the paint, and I guess I won't be able to sand any color down until I have a thick clear coat on first, and then I can smooth it all out. Definitely not professional grade, definitely rattle can grade. Bicycle, so what? But we'll see what the final product comes out like. Yeah. Hey guys, it's your boy Clutch. Here's another day starting back on my Schwinn OCC Chopper motorized bike project. I showed y'all last time that I went to paint, and it's a mix of antique copper and a light spray over of gold glitter to try to make that flake effect. Some black parts over here, and it's gonna be 3 colors. I mean, there's the chrome and the steel, and then there's the black accents and this antique copper color. I'm no professional painter by any means. As I'm looking at it, there you can see some flaws, some scratches, but it's bicycle, so I don't think it's that much of a big deal. Either way, I should be happy with it. We'll see how it ends. Today, clear coat. Wish me luck. 2K, professional grade, clear coat. According to YouTube, recoat after 5 minutes. So, coat number 2. Okay, so second coat done. Really bad day to be painting. It turned from bright and sunny to really, really windy. I see specks in my paint. I'm trying to spray 10 to 12 inches away, and it's completely blowing to the side. So once again, I don't have the patience for this. I'm more of a builder, not attention to detail kind of guy. But first can of paint done. We're gonna give it about 5-6 minutes, and I'll start the second can of paint, flip the fenders around, spray the outside of the fenders, and I'm gonna put heavy coats on the frame itself, especially because I want to be strapping stuff down to it, and gasoline's gonna be pouring on top of it, so I want to make sure it has a real good protective covering. And like I said, it's probably some bugs, a lot of dust in this weather. If you want to do it right, you need a controlled area. Here's my control, 0. But we'll see how it keeps going. Can number 2, about 20 bucks a can. Hope it's worth it. I mean, under these conditions, I'm not doing it justice either way, so it is what it is. There we go. Some big runs. Gotta get close to spray because it's so windy out here. And then you get too close and it runs. Maybe a little wet sanding, a little buffing. I can fix it. You notice how the sun's out? Not a lot's blowing right now. But every time I spray it, wind starts blowing, leaves are falling. My fucking luck. YouTube says wait 5 minutes. I like to give it a little longer. Make it a little tacky before I spray the second coat. We're at 7.5 now. Probably finish my Diet Coke and then spray the other. Fenders look good. Fenders look like glass. The frame, same without the GL. I think I'm gonna let that dry. Save what's left in this can so I can wet sand some of the bad spots. I see a few runs that are really driving me crazy. Save the rest of this to go over those spots after I kind of clean them up. I think next step is give it 24 hours, so I am gonna let it dry for at least an hour before I attempt to move it, and then we'll see sometime this week I get after those spots. Hey guys, it's your boy Clutch again. Late night tinkering in the garage. I started back up on the bike. It's been painted, it's been drying, clear coat's been drying for about, let's see, I did it Saturday. It's now Tuesday night. So, you know, 2-3 days. And it's not going great. I started to piece the bike back together. And I'll show you here that as the metals start rubbing, any little scratch, any little anything, the paint starts to peel. Now that shouldn't happen because I am using a 2K Max clear coat, kind of the best you can buy in a spray bottle. It's about 20 bucks a can. Should harden, should keep from scratching. Absolutely does not, for me. Now, I'm not saying it's not a good product. I'm saying I'm not a great painter. But you can see the bike here starting to take shape again. Color's all right, not bad. I like the black accents. It's gonna have a lot of metal and chrome, which I wish it had more black. But we'll see how it goes when the rest of it gets put together. All I did was put that back wheel on loosely, put on the triple tree and the forks, and nothing's tightened down yet. I want to get everything aligned, and then decided I should at least hit record. So that's where I'm at now. Not a lot of room in the garage today. It's cold outside, so I'm working in a limited space, and it's late at night, so I won't be out here too long. I'll probably give it, you know, a couple hours every night until as long as it takes. This is supposed to be a winter project. It's cold outside, but it won't last long. This is Texas, so hopefully it's all put back together by the time it's warm, so I can ride the beast when that time is due. But until then, I'll keep tinkering. Try to polish everything up as I'm putting it back on, so it can be real nice and clean and beautiful. Although, probably won't. Clean and beautiful is not my deal. deal is riding and tinkering, so I will continue to wrench, and hopefully I'm patient enough to make it beautiful. Putting everything on, but not too tight, because I'm gonna have to align everything, make sure everything's nice and straight before I tighten it all down. New bars. I've had these. I was gonna put them on a project back about 5 years ago. Ended up selling that bike when I went to the apartment. But throw them on this bike. This one, straight, flat. Point goes forward, so it's really straight bar. This one's got a bit of a rise, a bit of a pull back. I think it'll be much more comfortable. And I already have them, so why not? Well, guys, another day in the garage. I definitely don't get enough time to myself. Had to do a honey-do list for about 5 hours today, maybe 6. And finally, I get a chance to get back out to the bike. I started on it before I remembered to hit record. So today, we're working on putting this bad boy back together. If you can see him clearly, it's looking pretty sharp. Even though it's not a perfect paint job and it's not, you know, still scratches here and there, but all in all, it looks nice. So now I'm starting to put the pedals back on, and then probably the seat, and then the chain guard, and I'll get this thing back. All the little pieces, hand grips and stuff, and then I'm gonna take it for a test ride as a bicycle, and then I'll come back and start putting together the motor cycle part of it. I don't know. We'll see how far I get today. I've already lost daylight, but it's the garage. I got all night. I don't know if I showed y'all the upholstery job, but somebody on my route was throwing away a leather couch, and I cut a piece out the back of the couch, reupholstered my seat, and we're gonna get this bad boy back on there. It's not bad. Didn't put the grommets back in it, but it maintained the shape, and I thought that was the most important thing. I didn't want it to lose its shape like I've seen online. And if you remember, this was completely rusted out, but a little paint and some clear coat, and it hid everything I couldn't remove. Hopefully it lasts. Could have bought some new screws, new nuts and bolts and stuff, because Lord knows the ones that are on here are not very clean. So, one of the last things need to do to the bike itself. I want to make sure I did this. So I saved it. I want to replace the Schwinn Stingray emblem back on the front of it. So I got some double stick super glue tape, and I'm gonna get it back where it belongs. Right about there. And then you might see me on it. Looks fun. Can't wait to ride. All right, so I think the bike is put back together. Like I said, chain guard missing. But man, I really like the look without. The bike looks sharp. I'm gonna turn this camera around, even though I don't have to on this 360 camera, but that way I can see better what y'all are seeing. But look at this. Look at the color of this bike. I don't know if the camera does it justice, but it's a gold flake antique copper. And then the other side with that silver chain, it's got a little piece of the old chain on there just for funsies, but I'll get that switched out tomorrow. But man, it's got a chopper, yes, but a bit of a Vikla look too. I don't know if it's just a gold flake or what, but I think it looks sharp. And I hope throwing a motor in this thing doesn't ruin the look, because right now it's a pretty kick-ass bike. Can't wait to ride. I am fixing to do my little test ride of my little Project Stingray. It's a beautiful day outside. The sun is shining. Skies are blue, but it's a bit chilly, hence the hoodie. But I'm gonna go around the block a couple times. I'm gonna bring you with me. But get a look at this thing in the daylight. It is quite beautiful, honestly. I wanted the burnt orange flake whiskey fire look, but this antique copper with the little flake to it doesn't look so bad either. It's got that Vikla look with the silver chain. Things are gonna change when I get the motor in there. It won't be so pretty, but right now I'm enjoying it the way it is. So let's go see if it rides. I may have put something together wrong. We'll find out. So guys, full honesty, haven't rode a bike other than one time in like 20 years. So this might go very wrong. We will find out. Could be very funny. I'm either gonna crash and everybody will laugh at my scratched up bike, or what they say will be true. You never forget how to ride a bike. Let's find out. Bike don't work. Something's not right. Pedals are spinning. So is the wheel. So much for that. We have no gear. So Obviously something's put together wrong. We gotta find out what it is. Guys, I don't know what happened. As soon as I brought it back, then the pedals worked. I have no clue what that could have been. It's working, but I don't feel like I got full tension on the pedals at all times. I feel like there's a, see, no tension there. But it is a freestyle bike, so perhaps bikes ain't like they used to be. Is it funny I'm out of breath?
Yes.
Seat hurts my ass. I feel like I'm sitting on the chrome bar within the seat. To get a bike. Holy shit. That's embarrassing. How hard it is to ride a bike. Woo. Uncomfortable. But like the women say, you gotta sacrifice for beauty, right? Alright guys, I only did a block with the test ride because we had family commitments. Like always, honey-do list. I ran out of time. Still got a little bit of daylight left, so I'm gonna do another lap or so just to get some footage. Really hope you enjoy. I will. Oh shit. Alrighty. So that test ride was twice as long as the first one. I could build up some stamina, and I need to learn how to pace myself. And I got one question to anybody who rides a motorcycle. Why the fuck would you want a bicycle if you have a motorcycle? What was I thinking? Oh, let's put a motor in this bitch and do it right.